Manning the oars of their double-ended craft, the fierce and powerfully armed Norsemen, led by Ivar, crossed the North Sea to England in the year 866. In illuminations from an 11th century English religious history, the Vikings are both a fearful and an elegant presence, vilified more by their actions than by their appearance, which is not unlike that of the peoples they came to conquer. Seeking to escape the Vikings, a monk guides his cargo of precious relics across a rickety bridge under the hand of God. Rich monasteries and churches were a favorite Viking target, and clerics often had to choose between flight and martyrdom. Towering over his troops, Ivar outlines his demands for surrender to a messenger, who will convey them to King Edmund of East Anglia. A typical Viking, Ivar sought a bargain that would bring the plunder of victory without fighting. Disarmed but still wearing his crown and robes, the pious Edmund, defeated by the Danes in 869 after refusing to surrender to Ivar, is dragged from his own church. At right, his hand on his sword, a Danish chieftain orders Edmund to his doom. After binding the hapless King Edmund to an oak tree, Viking archers let fly their arrows, piercing the defeated English monarch with their shafts, until he resembled, as a church chronicler later wrote, a sea urchin whose skin is closely set with quills. Viking pikemen scale the ramparts of the ill-defended town of Thetford on East Anglia, while their sword-wielding comrades below break through an archway and begin to slaughter the town's inhabitants, who cringe and plead, screaming for mercy. While oarsmen steady their vessels, soldiers of the Viking army board longships in 880, departing English soil after 15 years to fight on the continent, where, wrote a contemporary chronicler, they ravaged savagely in nearly every kingdom of the Franks. Come listen to chronicles and sagas pulled from the pages of history in The Viking Advance, presented by Maritime Memoirs.